Hello, young James here. I'm, I'm going to do another video. This one is an interesting take on this content creator's video. And the women ask, why do guys don't approach no more? And you're going to hear some interesting comments and commentators on this video and what feedback. And I'm going to give you my feedback after this video and why I don't approach women. And the only way I approach women is either online or sometimes it used to do in the chat. And I'll state my reason why after this video.
Anymore. Because all men. Because every day we wake up and we are constantly reminded that we're the perpetrators, we're the bad guys.
We're tired of your bad attitudes. We're tired of your entitled attitude.
The biggest misconception men have about women. You think we don't want to be approached.
So do you like it when guys approach you on the street?
No.
Why not?
Usually I get a little scared. Yeah, I feel like it's usually like with bad intentions. Yeah.
I'm like on my own vibe. I don't want anyone messing with it.
Why don't guys approach girls anymore?
If I wanted to be approached by a male, I've actually thought about this a lot. Nothing will ever happen. Let's say that you see a cute girl in the gym. How would you approach her?
Just don't.
So if I wanted a guy to approach me in the gym, I would love it if it was like after I'm done with a set and I'm like maybe hip thrust and I have to unrack like the plates.
Oh, and help you take
Yeah, if they just came over and helped me start like taking the plates off, I would be so eternally grateful.
I've done that before.
You have?
I have. I went and helped her take the plates off, and she like basically told me to just like go away. I was like, I'm done.
Oh.
Why don't guys approach girls anymore?
And even if you were to come up and talk to me after that, I would be really rude, but then once you leave, get so excited. But that's just my way of interacting.
Why don't guys approach girls anymore?
And this guy comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, I have a question. You seem like the perfect person to ask." And I was like, "Okay."
Why don't guys approach girls anymore?
Why do men think they have the right to just come up and talk to you? I don't want to feel like I just can't come to the park and sit and mind my business without being approached.
See, I'm about to go out and, it's Saturday night. I'm feeling sexy. I'm feeling like I look good. My hair is freshly washed and pressed. But you ain't gonna believe this. Wait. You're not really gonna believe this. Ain't nobody gonna talk to me. I mean, not one man is gonna step to me and say, "What's good, ma?" Not one man is gonna have the gall to come push up on me.
This video shows a few reasons why men stop approaching women. They are the main reason why men are retrieving. Men are no longer approaching as they used to.
If I wanted to be approached by a male, I've actually thought about this a lot. Nothing will ever happen. Let's say that you see a cute girl in the gym. How would you approach her?
Just don't.
So if I wanted a guy to approach me in the gym, I would love it if it was after I'm done with a set and I'm maybe hip thrust and I have to unrack the plates.
Oh, and help you take
Yeah, if they just came over and helped me start taking the plates off, I would be so eternally grateful.
I've done that before.
You have?
I have. I went and helped her take the plates off, and she basically told me to just go away. I was like, I'm done.
Oh.
Okay.
Maybe
I'll leave
it's
now.
just me then. Was she taking off plates?
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys created this issue. Now it's the time to deal with it. Men are no longer willing to approach women. They have been through a lot just because they decide to approach women they find attractive. Therefore, I can say that you are the main reason men are not approaching women as they used to do. So the same way that you created the problem, the same way you can eliminate this problem. All you have to do is to change your way of dealing with men when they approach you. It would help. Now we are going to read the most interesting comments of this video. Remember the golden rule. If you are 9 or 10, it's flirting. 8 or below, it's harassment. They're not worth approaching. They're not even worth looking at. They wanted to make these actions crimes, and I am over it. A few years ago, a woman told me that her fantasy was a random man walking in on her while she was naked in the shower. I said I would let my grandfather know, and she told me I was disgusting. When these deluded women share their advice on how to approach them, they are imagining hot guys that they already fancy doing it. If a regular guy followed their advice, he would be rejected as a creep and maybe even shamed on a TikTok video. I have some lesbian friends, and they have the same problems with women what men do. I find it a relief because if women cannot deal with other women, then there is no reason to expect men to do any better. Do not approach women at the gym. Again, do not approach. It can get you banned from the gym instantly, and the gym staff will 100% side with them.
Oh.
Never ever ever approach. So, guys are supposed to be psychic and know when a woman wants him to look at her, as opposed to the other 99% of the time when she'll call him a pervert. We're at the gym to train, which requires concentration and constant movement from one exercise to another. We're not there to socialize or pick up women. I know it's hard for you girls to understand because you think about it all day long, but every moment of our day isn't spent trying to get with you. When we're at work, we work. When we're at the gym, we're training. We don't appreciate you trying to distract us, so leave us alone and go about your business thinking constantly about, why would I approach a woman when even the ones that seem to give you a compliment, only to get you into a false sense of security, immediately follow it up with an insult? It's happened to me so many times that when a woman actually gives me a genuine compliment and or expresses interest in me without following it up with an insult, that I am unable to believe that she's being genuine. And then I don't even know what to say, so I just ignore them rather than risk being insulted. I've literally had the cops called on me for saying hello as I passed a woman while walking to a friend's house.
What?
I am not Chad, so I could see walking up that she was disgusted we even had to exist near one another, so I said hello in an effort to be polite. No flirting, no nothing, just hello. She told the cops I threatened her, and I got stopped and frisked not long after.
Oh.
Why don't
Oh. You hear that? Damn it. You hear that? That's crazy, ain't it? I mean, just for... She called the cops on him for approaching. Just saying hi. That's what it's gotten bad here, man.
Why don't guys approach girls anymore?
Because all men. Because every day we wake up and we are constantly reminded that we're the perpetrators, we're the bad guys.
We're tired of your bad attitudes. We're tired of your entitled attitudes.
So I'm at the local Walmart. I'm getting some purple beans for our garden. And this guy comes up to me and he goes, hey, I have a question. You seem like the perfect person to ask. And I was like, okay. And he's like, I'm having this really cute girl over tonight for like our first date. And I was just wondering what's a good meal to make for her. And I was like, oh, well, you know, my go-to is usually like chicken with something. He's like, oh, well, what about like chicken Alfredo with some garlic bread? And I was like, yeah, you can't go wrong with that. And like maybe add some salad or something with it. And he goes, oh, yeah. My name's Chad. What are you doing tonight at 6? I was like, I'm gardening. And also, why are you picking me up at Walmart? And then
Women want to be approached by guys they want. Most men don't know this and shoot their shot. What men fear is being called a creep or pervert. A simple no thank you would be fine, but modern women want to make fun of the guy, and it's not okay. This is why men don't approach women these days. It's just not worth it. Let's read some comments of this video. Men, please don't approach women when they're alone. Approach them when they're with their friends, so they can not only turn you down, but also humiliate you in front of them while getting cheered on by them when they do. I did an approach that messed me up. A few months ago, this girl had just moved into my apartment building and shares the same garage with me, who often left for work at the same time as me, so I'd see her a lot. She was real sweet and friendly, asking me random questions about the area, and usually saying hi first with a smile every morning, so naturally, I thought she was interested. One day I asked her out for a cup of coffee, and her whole demeanor changed. After that, she completely stopped talking to me, would often walk right past me in silence, where I'd be the one to say, "Hey, how's it going?" with a one-word answer, sometimes not even getting a response. One night I got a call from my landlord, and he asked if I was harassing one of my neighbors, as he got a complaint. I seriously couldn't believe it, because I never once was weird towards her, plus she was the one going out of her way to talk to me most mornings. Now she avoids me like the plague, avoids all eye contact, and we just get in our cars in awkward silence. If she wasn't interested, all she had to do was say she had a boyfriend or wasn't wanting to date. I would have taken the hint and kept being friendly as neighbors, but now she's made it so damn awkward. If you approach the wrong woman, it could result in jail time. Ladies themselves demanded to be left alone. Well, they should be happy because they're getting what they asked for.
Exactly.
Why don't women approach men? Aren't we equal? Aren't they strong and independent and courageous?
Exactly.
I don't approach women because they have enough options as it is.
Exactly.
You approaching them just gives them more validation.
Exactly.
The last time I approached a woman, she embarrassed me in front of all her friends, and I walked away with my tail between my legs. Never again. Now when I go on dates, I make sure it's always on my terms, and I never allow myself to be put in a situation that makes me vulnerable in front of women. Never give a woman an inch or they will take a mile to humiliate you. What gets me is the blind entitlement. I know young guys who are starving for female attention. Not even physical, it's not about sex. Simple compliments. If they had a woman of any age approach them in Costco and tell them something nice about their outfit, it would make their day, because so many young men go through their teens and their 20s without hearing any praise from females at all. And here you have these narcissistic bimbos complaining about too many people giving them compliments. Approaching a girl when she's by herself is the best time to do it. A guy will never approach when she's with her friends. I made that mistake a couple times, coming up to a girl when she's with her friend just to get rejected even though she was looking at me the whole time prior. It's embarrassing as hell, and I will never make that same mistake again. Hell, I'll stop approaching altogether. I stopped approaching women back in my early 20s. I'd either try to start up a conversation and they'd just ignore me. On other occasions, they'd come to me and ask me to buy them a drink. You buy them one and think you might be able to strike up a conversation, but as soon as it's in their hand, they just move on to the next sucker. When I was about 16, I opened a door for someone once only to be berated saying that she's a woman and doesn't need a man to open the door for her, and she went on and on about it. I was just holding the door as I was on my way out. I would have done it for anyone. I basically lost interest in women after the constant rejection and started doing my own thing. I was lucky enough to meet my now wife a few years later. She was the first woman who ever even gave me the time of day. Note, I'm 6 feet 3 inches tall, had a reasonably athletic body, boxing, surfing, sillying, etc. Not sure what it was that women didn't like about me. I'm often told I'm too nice, and this was my problem. I think that part of the problem is that social media has replaced being sociable. I met my wife at ballroom dance classes, a safe environment with dozens of women to ask out. Or we'd meet people at parties or nights out with friends. Now you see a table full of people in a lounge bar and they're all on their phones. Makes you wonder why they bothered to go out.
See, I'm about to go out and it's Saturday night. I'm feeling sexy. I'm feeling like I look good. My hair is freshly washed and pressed. But you ain't gonna believe this. Wait. You're not really gonna believe this. Ain't nobody finna talk to me. I mean, like, not one man is gonna step to me and say, "What's good, ma?" Like, not one man is gonna have the gall to come push up on me and offer to buy me a drink. And you see, I don't understand why I be getting so fine, because who am I doing it for? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing it because I got a husband at home and I want him to think I look sexy, okay? So if you see me out and you feel like you're a good candidate for me, and I would feel like you're a good candidate for me also, holler at me. by myself again tonight. But I'm gonna wake up single tomorrow again. Damn.
Share the beauty more conveniently than ever with Sephora at Kohl's. Find your favorite brands like makeup from Charlotte Tilbury.
But I'm gonna wake up single tomorrow again. Damn.
They feel powerful by rejecting men. By ignoring them, you are taking all that power away, and that makes them angry and spiteful. So giving them the space they demanded, how could they complain about that? They asked for it. Why are they complaining? It makes no sense. Now we are going to read the most interesting comments of this video. Give these women the gift of your absence. They said you are not needed anyway. As a man in my mid-60s, it still is so very strange to me that people can get on a platform, internet, and spew out every intimate detail of their miserable, boring, and overly dramatic lives. I would be embarrassed. When a man has a bad date with a woman, he typically says, "I'm done with her." When a woman has a bad date with a man, she typically says, "I'm done with men."
Yeah.
Men are simply giving women exactly what they want, distance.
Right.
Why buy her a drink when I can buy myself 2 drinks?
Right.
I was out at a club. A woman asked me to buy her a drink, and I said no. She was mad as hell. Most men aren't willing to give women the power of rejection over them anymore. Women, we want men to stop approaching us. Also, women, why won't men approach us anymore? Things are starting to get real for the strong and independent modern women. Like Kevin Samuels said, "Ladies, winter is coming." Once again, she probably gets approached a lot, but ignores the good men that comes up to her, waiting for the knucklehead to approach her. I will almost guarantee it. Please remember, ladies, looks are nothing, attitude is everything.
Right.
It's funny how they act like the single life is a struggle, while secretly wanting the struggle single life. She would reject 9 out of 10 of the men that approached her anyway. Everything you do is for attention, not for relationships. Stop that. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, subscribe to give me more motivation, and you will not miss my daily post.
Now, story time about why I said. These women simply don't want to be bothered, and so I was just thinking about something recently when I said, so you know what you gotta do, like they do over in the Muslim countries? They don't want to be touched. They don't want to be approached. You know, just gotta ignore them. I mean, seriously, you know, if you do, don't go unless she's your relative or don't go over there and hug her. And even if you give a buddy hug, you can't give a woman a buddy hug no more. I mean, it's like, wow. I mean, whether you go to church with them, whether you, oh my God. And it's so many cases where women have gotten. I just saw something recently. Now, did you hear about the case where the president? He was an official. He's the president of the organization of the women's soccer team. Now, granted, you know, when people win the game, they get happy. It was a women's soccer team. You know, he didn't grab her on the butt. He didn't grab her on the breast. All he did is just grab her by the face and kiss her. He just showed in some Spanish cultures that's just affectionate. But apparently it's a big outrage that he shouldn't have kissed her on the mouth, and he hugged her. The minute he kissed her in the mouth, you know, it was considered sexual harassment. So now you can't even hug and embrace a woman no more. Yeah, so now it's considered, but if 2 men can hug and kiss each other, oh, it's no problem. Hell, you can kiss each other in the mouth. It's no problem. But I'm just saying that as an example. And it was just a game. But women have gotten to be so, like, God dog, are you serious? And the man apologized and said, I'm sorry, took it that way. You have women outraged, saying, and that would never fly in the United States. he'd be sexually harassment. So it's to the point that men have just backed up. Then it's like, I had a situation with a neighbor, and she was a doctor, right? And so she came in, and she wanted to tell, like this, the one guy was saying that she wanted me to know more about the neighborhood. So I thought she was cool. I didn't think that she was kind of crazy at the time. But oh my goodness, brothers, let me tell you this one.
The best deals are now during the summer sales event only at John Henry.
This woman, she, career woman, but even some career women are crazy. Just because they got a college degree, they're crazy. Some of them are just as crazy as the women with no college degree. Oh my goodness. She asked me to go out. We go to the store. She didn't want me to be seen with her going with her. She asked just meet up at the place. We ride together, and so once we get to the store or the mall, she wants to go her way and tell me to go my way. I never encountered something like that. For that, her parents came from Canada. They lived in Canada. They're originally from India. I should know something was off the back with that, because I know when it comes to Indian women, majority of them, they usually don't talk to black guys. Most of them don't. They don't even bother with black guys. Most of them. Maybe a few here. But in America, no. When you come over to here, people separate. They talk to you business professions like doctor, nurse, or something like that, but they don't rock with us like that. So I'm like, okay, she's from Canada. She was married to a husband. Then this woman, let me tell you how kooky she was. This woman, first of all, she was so mad at her husband, she didn't know anybody want to go get a gun. And I was like, no, I don't know nobody with a gun. Because she was so emotionally disturbed after their divorce. Secondly, that kind of pissed me off. She would joke, like, I introduced her to one of my guy friends. She started making it seem like I sleep with my guy friends. Start joking about, gay men who are intimately with each other. I said, look, I'm not gay. I'm not bisexual. I don't joke around like that. I'm not that way. That's not my lifestyle. I'm here, I'm a straight man. Why are you trying to make me seem like I'm gay? Why are you cracking these jokes about homosexuals and homosexual men having sex with each other? I don't want to hear that stuff like that. I don't. That was one thing. Then we get down. Then I should have known. I went down to South Carolina with this chick, man, and we get down there. We sleep in separate beds. She wants to get up at 3 after we get to a hotel at 3:00 in the morning. She wants to go night shopping at 12 or 1 o'clock at night in a different state. Want to go window shopping. Then she come back with this crazy, outlandish story that some guy, and it was something really popular at the time, pulled her over, and he was pretending to be a cop. It was somebody that tried to take advantage of her. Then another time I was with this woman. She we went down her summer friend's house because we went down to Morgantown, West Virginia. This was back in 1997, and she had she made a mistake and accidentally spilled the drink. I should knew something was wrong with it. So it was an accident. Some things you spilled over. That's okay. That's all right. She tried to make a big deal out of it. No, and the friend saying it's okay. It's all right. It's no big deal. No, I'm gonna pay for it. No. It's okay. It's all right. They kept going back and forth. I'm like, damn, why can't you just leave it alone? They said that it was okay, that they'll take care of it. But she was one of these. Oh my God. And so I see why. And then when she, in their culture, some of them don't sleep. they don't have no furniture in their apartment. They just have the carpet, with some people. And so I go over to her apartment, man. She don't even wash her dishes. I mean, it's gnats flying all around it. I don't know what I was thinking get with this chick, man. I don't know what the hell I was thinking about getting. This is back in 1997. And I'm telling you. And so the reason why I meet women online, because those are women that want to be bothered. That's why I'd rather meet them on the why man, you gotta have your game, you gotta have this. No, you don't understand. If you're not one guy, and it's not about some guys say, well, I approach women, I do that, yeah. Maybe but some guys don't have that luck. Some guys have tried it and numerous of times and these days you gotta treat them like what I call the Muslim woman. How like they're untouchable. Now we gotta treat women in America like you do, like unless it's a relative and a friend, like like Muslim women, the ones that wear the hijab, you gotta treat them like that. Oh yeah. And they don't want to be touched. They don't want to be, just okay. How you doing, man? Just bow at a distance, whatever. Why you bow at a distance? Because be a witness. Because I don't want it to offend you. It's to the point that that's how men it's gotten to be. Because that's how men. You literally, when I say this, American women have literally neutered the men. Literally neutered the men in this country. That's why men got fed up and frustrated and they ready to go. So you can't, what I'm saying? And like you said, you're kind of guy she's attracted to. Ooh, you really attracted looking man. Well, if you're an average looking man like myself, anybody, it ain't no luck. Good luck with that. So that's why some of us went on and meet women online or over to chat line, whatever, hoping that we'll find somebody, because obviously those women have time because they came to the line. But you got these women out here, they stuck in their own world, and I don't approach women either. I do not approach them. They want to get treated like that, I treat them like that. I don't say babe, honey, dear, whatever. No. I be friendly with them, cordial with them, but it's like it's gotten to be that bad. You know what I'm saying? And so I can understand when I hear men say that, wow, man, we go over there, the women seem more loosened up. They don't seem so tight, this Western, don't touch me, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. Stand over here, sit over here, don't come close to me, don't hug me, don't do this, don't do that's it. And it's literally men have this. We hear the women's side, but we don't hear the men's side of the story. And when you're a good man, you got to put up with this crazy mess from some women. Don't hug me. Don't do this. Don't do that. And like they said, even if I had it one time accidentally. Sometimes you get. I thought I washed my face completely. I got a little smudge in my eye, and so I was dating. I went out and talked to this blind chick, man. Right? She's a black, and so she couldn't see me, but I didn't force myself on her and meet her and everything. But when she went to the mall and I waited back in the distance, her friend kind of told her some things. Reason just to say nice guy, cause I had a little smudge in my eye. I didn't think much about it. I should take look. You get a little smudge in your eye. Oh my goodness, So make sure you don't have no smudges in your eyes. Make sure everything's out your eyes when you wake up in the morning, because someone would make a fickle about that. I mean, sometimes it happens. You rushing out, whatever. And just make sure you tidy up, man. But American women will clown on you on something like that. They will embarrass you. They will do that, and they'll talk about you like a dog, and they ain't got no lick of common sense. And that's true. They'll laugh at you. That like that one man said, do you approach him? They're gonna clown. Oh, look at this busted up person, girl. and do that. Don't have no class whatsoever. They don't have no class. But I'm gonna play this next video, and I'm gonna come back and. But yeah, and you wonder why, and men see like, damn, you ain't gotta be that cold, damn. But you got some women that cold. That's why some of them are single. Cause it's like they live in this fantasy world. Like, oh my God, they looking for the perfect prince, whatever. That's gonna just let them run over it and take their credit card, and they just do what they want to do, and just use him as a toy. Fact. And so they go back and impress their girlfriends. They don't care nothing about you if you're
best deals are now during the summer sales event only at John Denver Honda. Save $1,500 on any new CRV or lease a 2023 CRV EX for only $359 per month. It's a great feeling doing business at John Denver Honda.
Some of you westernized women, I don't need a man. I don't want a man. I can pay my own bills. I make my own money. I'm independent. I'm an alpha woman. Turn it down.
Hey, what up, this is your boy, the Solo Traveler ORD. Thanks again for checking out another one of my videos. Of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell while you are here. So, back with another video review, of course. So, I actually have a few videos that I want to review with you on. Basically, this is going to be about dating in the United States and what to expect. So the first video I'm actually going to touch on is about a women going over dating profiles. And we all know, all of us that have been on dates who have went through those profiles as far as trying to find women, we all know some of the pitfalls that you fall into, depending on the type of profile picture that the woman actually has. So this one woman, she's actually going to go over all of the negatives of those profile pictures. We're going to see what's those profile pictures. We're going to see what's up with that. So without further ado, let's go jump into this.
Okay, you guys asked, I'm going to deliver because this smoke is non-gender bias. Part 2, what your profile pic says about you, women's edition. We're going to start with the most common, which is a filtered Snapchat pic from the neck up. This is a SIF. It's a secret internet fatty. She's going to suck the soul out of you, but she's got sleep apnea and might die of an asthma attack during missionary. She makes the best baked macaroni, but her son Rex is always going to say, "You're not my kid," anytime you tell him to do his remedial math homework.
Yeah, that first one is a funny one because I actually found it out myself. The fact that, you started noticing the pattern. You see women only neck up, and you were like, what the heck? No other pictures of them until you meet them, and that's when you're like, what the hell, man? So yeah, you start catching on, you start looking at, you try to look at their face to see how fat their face is and everything. So you start looking at all those two nuances of what's going on within that picture to try to identify if she's actually a fatty or she's actually a thin woman.
Another extremely common one is the ass pic for a profile pic. You know, the one where they're looking over their shoulder to show off their cheeks, or they're in front of their bed posting from the side so you can see the poke. That's because all she has to offer is ass, and it's mid at absolute best. This is the same woman who's going to give you a Burger King napkin to clean off after car sex. It probably smells like sewer water. Enjoy getting the clap. Next is the wannabe bougie bitch. You know, the one in a mini dress with their legs crossed, holding a martini in a posh location. This woman thinks she's the sugar baby, but no matter how much money you spend, she is never satisfied. She's a pillow princess and a horrible lay. This is the same woman who cannot cook or clean, and if you walk inside of her apartment, you're going to see pomadoodle shit all over the floor and hair or dirty dishes in every sink. I don't care how fine she is on the outside, the inside of her apartment is disgusting. The one I find the most entertaining, the business photo. The one who looks like it should be on her LinkedIn in her little two-piece special edition Hillary Clinton outfit, looking like a realtor or a stockbroker. This woman is going to manipulate you into marriage specifically so she can have a big wedding, where after it's done, she's going to leave you for her work husband because she realizes she makes more than you and wants to be a power couple. Now we've got your absolute best option. This is the plus size and proud women. They're very stylish, dressed well head to toe. She's learned to accept herself, and she knows how to enjoy life. She's probably the most down-to-earth, sexually open, level-headed female you're going to meet. It's all systems go. I got nothing bad. Here we are at the On the Boat, bitches. Her body is banging and she is a great time, but she's either a raging alcoholic sorority slut or a sugar baby in the making. Potentially both. You're going to have an amazing time with her, but you'd be more mentally stimulated by having a conversation with a pretzel stick.
Coming from a woman.
Next on the list, if you ask me, is the absolute worst. This is the "my child is my life" profile picture. This woman's trying to convince you that she's family orientated, but it's a classic bait and switch, okay? She's going to act like a unicorn and do everything she can to convince you she's wife material. And the moment you marry her or impregnate her, she's going to switch into the evil, life-altering succubus that she actually is, okay? Her only goal in life is to obtain a man to bear the load for her. She's going to mentally mutilate you into marital submission using a generational one-liner of "happy wife, happy life."
Yeah, I could never get with that. I'll tell you, man, any woman that actually ever say that phrase, you should run away. That is the worst phrase ever, because that right there, and even if you talk about, even if you catch a man saying that, he's a simp. I'm sorry. There is no way for you to try to satisfy any woman, because they will never be happy. No matter what you do, they will always find something that will make them unhappy. So you should be happy husband and happy home, because we easily can be satisfied and we can keep the drama and the BS down at a minimum at the house compared to a lot of the stuff that goes on with the women, with them, looking for, to be happy and so forth. So, nah. If a woman says that, brothers, run the other way.
Jim pick chicks, try saying that 3 times fast. These women are actually pretty cool. They recently just broke up with a narcissist who isn't a narcissist. He just asked her if she really needed to eat that 3rd Big Mac, and her best friends convinced her that he's verbally abusive, and she left him. But that one line fueled her revenge body. Now her waist is snatched, her credit is right, and her kitty cat is on Kung Fu. This chick's actually really cool and down to earth. Just don't get her drunk, because you'll be playing therapist and nurse at the same time.
I believe it.
That is hilarious right there.
That's true.
And I do want to talk about the one thing about the friends. It's always the friends. They're the one that will always mess up the relationship for that woman. I swear, man, if they are all single, they would try to make her be single. But the moment she becomes single, those friends will go into a relationship and she looking stupid. That usually what happens.
And the grand finale is the pixie cut Karens. Just block her as soon as she friend requests you. This woman literally spends all of her time online pretending to be a doctor, mechanic, and attorney, specifically so she can troll her high school alumni while simultaneously stalking old flames that won't respond to her messages. She is massively angry and yells at every service worker she encounters, whether it be on the phone or in person. She's currently living off of the alimony she got from her ex-husband after he divorced her for his mail-order bride because she wouldn't let him stick it in her poop shoot. She is bitter and angry, and she wants to destroy everything.
Yo, man, she is funny.
She lying.
Oh, man.
She lying.
That's why I had to share it for you guys, because I had a good laugh watching this video.
She ain't lying. Ooh, Lord.
This video. But let's check out the next video. This right here, Stitch is coming.
80s, if he meant it's Kevin Samuels or the Passport Bros, and if he's not making fun of them, it's a red flag.
Okay. If she has a problem with the Passport Bros or Kevin Samuels, avoid her. If she parties or has a past of partying, if she's tatted and she has many piercings, avoid her. If she has unnatural hair color, avoid her. If she has club thoughts as friends, avoid her. If she has a wild past, avoid her. If she has a past full of toxic relationships, avoid her.
Yes, especially she said that she has a lot of toxic relationships, because she's the toxic one. She is the common denominator, but she will not say that. She will not admit that she is the one that is the one that causing the problem, but let's proceed.
If she has a bad relationship with or no relationship with her dad, avoid her. If she calls herself a feminist, avoid her. If she has a TikTok personality and says stuff like, "It's the shirt for me," avoid her. If she fangirls over celebrities that don't even know she exists, avoid her. If she knows club promoters, SoundCloud rappers, or drug dealers, avoid her.
Yeah, avoid that woman, because you know what? She been on the scene, and I'm sure them cheeks been clapped several times.
If she's ever dated those types of dudes, avoid her. If If she mentions astrology and doesn't laugh immediately after, avoid her. If she's ever been in an open relationship, avoid her. If she's not all the way straight, as in she likes girls too, avoid her. If she's built like a Ford pickup truck and has no intention of getting in shape, avoid her. If she's ever had an abortion, avoid her. If she has kids, avoid her. If she's divorced or used to live with a boyfriend, avoid her. If she's ever worked at a club or a bar, avoid her. If she has or used to have an OnlyFans account, obviously avoid her. If she comes from a single parent home, avoid her.
Definitely the single family home situation. The reason being is that if she came from a single family, more than likely she was living with her mother. So a lot of times the mother will put all her bitterness that she have towards the man that she used to be with, the father of her child. She will put that bitterness in the child.
Yep.
So she will grow up hating men no matter what. So as you get up with this woman, you got to deal with a lot of the trauma baggage crap that her mother has put into her.
Right.
And she would not have any respect for you as a man.
If her mother's a 304, avoid her because the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. If she has no problem talking about male traditional gender roles, but says women's traditional gender roles are slavery, avoid her.
Yo, you ain't lying about that. That is the contradiction that goes on. That been going on for a long time. They were quick to say, "Oh my God, I'm not gonna cook any meal in the kitchen." You know, that's slavery. I'm not a slave, but then expect you to pay for everything. It's like, yo, what's up with that?
If she wears revealing clothing, avoid her. If her social media is full of pictures with her in clubs, bars, or wearing revealing clothing, even if it's in her home, avoid her. And you may think that what I'm saying are psychotically high or unrealistic standards for women, but they really are not. They're only unrealistic when you consider North American women, if I'm being honest with you.
Exactly.
The average woman in most countries do not fit any of what I just said. And I say this as someone who's lived in America and currently live outside of America. So get your passport and stop settling for trash. In a lot of ways, American men have caused this dilemma by settling. Because by settling for trash and disrespect, you've effectively told American women it's okay for them to be that way and for them to disrespect you and treat you all sorts of ways. So raise your standards. Foreign men don't really have this problem because they have high standards. So look, honestly, I just say all of this because I just want to see y'all win. Because like, we've seen the woke culture, we've seen the nonsense. I mean, people around the world can see this and they're shaking their heads. I mean, there's an obvious reason why American men want to go abroad to marry foreign women, but foreign men have no interest in American women. Even when they live there, they still send for women from their respective countries. That is saying a lot. America, as you know, is a sinking ship. Just make sure you're not on that ship when it does sink. You fellas have a good day, and God bless you.
Yep, that's some good stuff that he put out there, man. Yo, he's just eliminating 95% of the women in the United States. So many words. Man, so let's go ahead and take a look at the last video, and that's it.
Some of you westernized women, I don't need a man. I don't want a man. I can pay my own bills. I make my own money. I'm independent. I'm an alpha woman. Turn it down. What happened to the feminism? The queen, the wifey, what happened to it? But when you reach your knockout stage at 30, 35, with 2-3 kids later, then you want a man? Ladies, wake up.
It's true, yo. She's telling them, wake up. You know,
coming from women.
Not subscribe to this BS that they done fed you.
She's telling the truth.
And of course, we've seen a lot of videos of women talking about how they are done with this. Like, they're done with the whole feminism stuff, that they want to go back to the kitchen and start cooking. They don't want to go to work anymore. They say, screw this, they're done. But, hey, man, it's going to take some time for everybody to start realizing that, you know, they've been cheated in so many words. But, man, that one sister, the last thing that she, you know, the last woman that spoke, man, she was fine. fine with that nice soft voice, man. I tell you, I'm sure she got men lining up trying to date her. But hey, this is your boy, the Southern Traveler ORD. Don't forget to leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and
shout out to his channel and the other guy's channel. Yeah, it's a wrap. I'm trying to tell you, and so I can tell you from that's what I can tell you. A lot of this, what the guy was saying is true. I talked with this one guy, and I was going to his Spanish church, right? And this one guy, before he went down and got his wife from one of those countries out in South America. I don't know, it's Honduras or Guatemala, one of the places. I think that's what his wife was. He was single when he came to the States, and he told me that he was dating and almost practically engaged to this black woman here, and I don't know what happened, but it didn't work, and so he went down and he went right, like he said, he went right back to his culture, and they married to this day. This is a black American. He come into America here in Columbus, Ohio, and I don't know what that female did, but she didn't show herself to be wife worthy, because he went down and got his own. That's a fact. And number two is that the entitlement. You know, 4, 5, 6 figures. Okay, so if you meet the man, you think he's just gonna want you? If the man was making that kind of money, you think he's just gonna want you? You gonna use up all his money after he didn't work to get to that point, and not gonna require nothing of you? And it was to come with, I don't have to require nothing. Just bring myself. That's the way it is. Now today's economy, it isn't. It literally almost takes two people, and it's just that American women are not in a realistic zone. And like I was telling you, and even someone that professional, that even if you show them that if you let a man have certain areas, he can navigate, but you got to submit him to that respect as the male figure, as a male leader. Nope. Even some women, I have seen women that's in church don't even want to do this. Like I probably mentioned a while back, I was online, and the pastor, the church I was attending, and we have like a Zoom meeting, and he was talking about marriage and everything, about and what is the role of the husband and wife, about honoring your husband, submit to them. Do you know the few women, some American black women will say, "Well, I'll do this, but I ain't gonna honor him. I ain't gonna do this, but I'll do this." No, it kind of shocked me what he says, that this Western culture has really messed the way of marriage up. He said this, and I'm sitting back there, I'm like, wow. You know, he's a very anointed, appointed pastor, but he was basically breaking down how family is. But you get some would not understand what it means to let the man be the head. Let the man and love him and be there to be his helpmate. Not be a dominating mate, a helpmate. Because it might be some things that you're supposed to be working, you know, where he might not see. There's things that you see. It's not about keeping you, you know, like a stepford wife, you know, in the kitchen, you know, can I leave out the door or something, honey, or whatever. It's not about that. It's not, women don't understand that. It's not about that. It's about he have a covering over you. He's protecting you. He's supposed to do certain things that he's supposed to step up and do, and allow him to do that. But you got some women so strong, even if they did do that, they'd be like, I can do it. No, I can do it. I'm done. Like, let the man do. If you ask God for a man, let him do his role as a man. But there's some women who won't even do that. Then they want to sit up there and complain. And then some women don't use the book of Proverbs with their tongue. They don't use wisdom. Women got wisdom, like men got wisdom, but they don't use it, and they don't allow the Holy Spirit, if they do belong to God, let Him direct how to handle a situation and everything in your marriage life, in life in general. That's why I said the only way for 50, 60, she has to learn to submit. She has to take out everything, and God has to bring all that up out of her to make her and have a mind of a woman's at the beginning. And there's some women in their 40s, in their 50s, are not going to submit that a woman in her early 20s and starting to learn about life do it. That's why I say it literally take God. Because when a woman gets in her late 30s and 40s, her mind is already set. So most of them, I ain't going to do this. No, I ain't going to do this. And then she try to be the mommy role. Does she not be the companion role? A lot of women don't know how to be a companion. But they try to mother their husband. They don't know how to. He has a mother. He needs you to be a wife. And he don't need. And that's what it comes down to. You have to know the difference. And if that man, you have to respect that man as your mate. Most of them don't understand that. You think talking down and coming at him, insulting him, disrespect, kind of belittle him, like you probably do that to your son or your nephew or some younger person. You can't do that to a man who's your mate, who's about the same age. But when it comes to certain women with that mindset, that's why they're single. It's why this single. Older women, that's why a lot of older women you see. I mean, I'm not saying you gotta let some men run over you and dog you in all type of way, but you have to let God show you. Because when you pass that age, it's not like it can be turned around, but it takes an individual choice to do that. Just like it takes an individual choice for a man to be a man. That he has to, for him to develop and get out of those boyish ways. It's the same thing goes for a woman, because God, the Most High, is equal on that. He come down on the man like he comes down on the woman. And this is what women don't understand that in America. That's why they're single. He has to deal with them. Then you have when you have anointed man, or maybe anointed woman at a point. This is how you're gonna. This is what the scripture. I'm too. No, I ain't gonna do that for that man. No, he gonna be up under me, and that's the problem. There's some women that could be anointed, and they could have the ability to talk to God. And I mean, if you find you want those kind of women don't want a man, but devote yourself to God, that's fine too. But if you want to ask for God for a husband, you have to get rid of some of that. And I don't care how prophetic you are or anything, you have to learn. You have to learn, follow a certain order that the Most High designed it to be. Not by man, by him, because there's a certain reason why he has a certain order. And that's a spiritual life. If you don't understand that, then you're going to be single. And there's some women that submit to their pastors, and this was frustrating some men who go, but they won't submit to their husbands. But they'll submit to their boss, they'll submit to their pastor, but they won't submit to their husband. That's another reason why men are frustrated. They won't listen to them. So men are frustrated. And this culture have helped that. Social media have helped that. They let Satan reverse that role around. And that's why a lot of you see a lot of your celebrities, like the case where even though they were just a boyfriend girlfriend couple, but Keke Palmer was a prime example. She made a song, I don't need a man, I don't need a man, but she didn't say man, she called it ninja. All I need is the bag. She's promoting that. She's so all these women hearing that and being single. Certain movies like Barbie promoting feminism. This is how you break up with a man. But when they wake up in certain things, that's like, damn, I need a man that I need a certain opinion on how to handle this. Then they break down because you've been swift and that you independent. There's a reason why a man is supposed to be your covering, but you don't want the cover because you're so strong and you're so independent. And then when you meet the kind of man, you think that he be your boy toy because he's so good looking, he's so chevroneer. Okay, and then when you meet that perfect man, he's nice. Now he's good looking and he's nice. Now he's too nice. Now I don't think I don't feel for him because then you go and cheat on him. You find something. Ooh, he got a little. Go with this other man. Don't got nothing, but he got a little edge on him. You got some women like that. You got some women that I said will leave a perfect man, and even women that other one because his personality. He's a husband. He's family like. He's a good looking man. He's something to be proud to bring home to mama and papa to. And you got some women in America don't appreciate it. No, they'll go with the bad boy. Pick a bad boy. He probably just is probably handsome, whatever. But he got baby mama issues. He got violent tendency issues. I think I can change him. I don't think he's all that bad. Then when it comes to you being a good man, they will give you hell and high water. I ain't gonna do this. I'm not submitting you. I'm not doing this. And you wonder, and so men got to the point they backed up. I'm telling you, men are backing up. It's like, okay, we don't want. Okay, we're gonna treat you like I call. If I treat you, I'm gonna treat you like respect to the Muslim culture, but I'm gonna treat you like a Muslim woman. About stand my 5 distance away from you. That's the way. They had it right. So you won't be accused of being sexual harassment. Then you have to bring a what they call a male relative or somebody so you can bear witness. Because that's the way it's starting to be. So that's why what you don't see over there. And if someone did get kind of loose, they get corrected in that culture. But maybe that's what it takes over here. Because that's where all this feminine women. Okay. So most men. So when men find out the other men that travel, that women ain't this uptight over here. They're actually approachable. It's like, are you serious? You mean they ain't got no hang up? Wow, they let you, they kind of, and if they reject you, they're not attracted to you, they got a clown on you or whatever. They're decently and orderly about it. They're like, I'm married. It's okay, but I have somebody for you. Oh, look at this bummy dude. Just what they do. Classless. And then now, the men that they do, and some of the men that they burnt are going overseas. And then men like Austin Holloman and different ones going on overseas. So they act like they got some sense over here. And that's why they said they don't even want to come back to. They said, and don't worry, they ain't come back to America. When they get taste of that, they ain't coming back. When they find a real woman over there in those countries, so you tell you entitled Western women. So most of you gonna be alone. And when your kids are grown, then you're gonna think back when you're 60, 70 years old. Hey, Now you're looking for a husband. Yeah, good luck with that. But yeah, that's the reason why they're going over there. Women have made it harder in this society, in this pop culture of social media, made it hard for men to do it. These movies, some of these artists singing, I don't need a man. I need his money. Okay. Men are hearing that from all walks of life, every racial category, every height, every size, everything in between. So you just told the men. So men are backed up. So like you said, men ain't going to jail. They're not even paying attention to you. Then, like you said, the men called the police just for saying hi. Wow. And you see, they do that stuff. That's what that crazy female did. All of a sudden, she won't talk no more. I'm like, hey, what the heck? What's wrong? Are you okay? Don't bother me. Like I said, you don't know. And I told you earlier about the one female. I tried to get her to come back to my church because she was feeling she was having spiritual problems. And I said, all she would have to do is stay faithful, and maybe, but she didn't want that. I got this other church I'm gonna go to. But you've been to the other church, but they haven't helped you out with your problem. But you've been to this other church, and the Most High God allowed you to run into me to at least stay faithful and listen what the man of God got to say. She didn't want, and because she wanted to have somebody that kind of cling on to. You can't do that. He's trying to take you your word so you can build up your faith. She wants these kind of one that want to drain a man. Some people that want to drain you. I said, dang, man. And then she was having some spiritual. I don't know if she's having some spiritual, or maybe he's saying, and I introduced her to my pastor and everything. She's still. Just a minute. That's why she's single at 47, in her 40s. So they don't even want sometimes because they want to be so independent and whatever. That's why. It's their own choice. It's their own doing. It's these women, some women with their own mindset. No man ain't doing nothing to force you to do nothing. A man can't even force you, if you do get married, to force you to have sex with him in the bed. That's a fact. So you choose what you want to do. Therefore, men are just giving up. Some men are just giving up altogether. So good job, ladies. You just ran your man. You want to be independent and act a little bit off the hook and be all entitled and be all independent because you think it's your beauty and your looks? Oh, you got reality's waking up to you. Ain't all that. It's more about the personality behind the looks. And maybe that's some of the women in those countries they got beauty, but they got personality. That's what you're competing against. It's the personality. Where's your personality? Where's your class? That's why some women got class. They may not have much, but they have personality and class. What do you have? That's why you're losing your men to other women. That's why American women and Western women, whether in England, that's why you're losing your men to other women, because it's your personality. You feeling right along with the devils and saying you on top. You don't need no man. Men have heard it. Men said, okay, don't talk to me. I'm gonna call you for harassment. I'm gonna call the police on you. I'm gonna call the landlord on you. It's your doing. So that's why you're single. Your choice. Your personality. And some of you need Jesus to figure out why you are that way. It ain't nothing. You don't need a relationship. You need to get a relationship with God. to figure out why you keep messing with the same kind of man, but soon as you get her, all men are dogs. All men are dogs. Maybe it's something with you. Just like it would be the same way with the man. If he said all women are dogs, something wrong with him. Accept responsibility. Take accountability. That's what men been saying the whole time. So I hope this message get out to the ones. So yeah. But until you humble yourself, don't just start showing it, and just wait. And when that man comes, be appreciative. Look at his character, not just his looks, not just his tongue. Look at his character. Then you'll get the result. And don't abuse him. Don't cheat on him. Don't dog him. Be the same way with before men. If some good coming your way, don't neglect, because it may be a long time before you find something like that again. Trust me. We all play the games, but sometimes it take a long time for the next good person to come across your path. So that's the message in this video. When I make a video, it's something to think about, because I've been through it. I've had my immature moments like some people too. But as you get to a certain point in life, you wise up. When some women gonna wise up? When are you gonna wise up? Or are you gonna let the Most High change you? Because He's changing me. Have me look at myself differently. I know I can't go take a woman from Rome to Maine. I know in the end that's not good. But as a woman, do you know that? Just think about it. But alright then, ladies and gentlemen, that's the message. That's the message. Change your mindset. If you don't know how, ask the Most High to change it, and you will get the man that you want. Simple as that. And be patient. Wait. Let him deal with you like he had to deal with all of us men. That's the message. Wait till he deal with you and show you. Show the deep side of you, so you won't mess your relationship up. You won't be going through divorces, and your kids won't have a father, or the man you like they'll have. You'll be happy forever and live and be at peace, forever. Till you go to glory. That's the message. You want to be happy? Follow the Most High's lead. That goes for all of us, men and women. Alright then, be blessed. Next time, see you on the next video. Like and subscribe. Take care.